So I just got off a coaching session with one of my Self-Crown VIP members. And I'm going to tell y'all just like I told her. If a man can't upgrade your singleness, there's no reason to give him the power to change a relationship status from being single. If he's not an upgrade, I know a lot of people say, oh, I can do bad all by myself. If you wasn't doing bad before, then no, you don't need to be even thinking I can do bad all by myself. No, you were doing just fine by yourself. And if that man can be an upgrade to whatever you was doing, that was fine. If he can't match that energy, if he can't at least keep that consistent, if not upgrade that, there's no point in being with that man. Now, as I was talking to her, here's the thing. She's attached. She don't know how to get over him. And I've coached up on self-closure and all of that. It's a little bit different for everybody, but I always start with the question. What is it about this man that you feel like you can't find elsewhere? What is it about him that you just feel like you cannot get over? And she just kept going to how he's this and that. Basically, everything that she described about this brother that she can't get over was either past tense or it was objective, meaning she was describing him in terms of his features, but couldn't really connect the dots on the benefits to her. So I asked her the question, like, okay, like, what about him then? What about him? Oh, he's this, he's that. He's so smart, intelligent. He's hardworking. He's kind. He's funny. And I'm like, okay, cool. But what is he to you? What is he to you? I'm not saying that you need to only like a man and love a man because of what he does, even though that does matter. But who is he to you? It ain't got to be something that he does for you, but is he kind to you? Is he encouraging to you? Is his general demeanor helpful or considerate or compassionate whenever he's around you? Because if not, then it really don't matter. It's like going and getting a car. You might have a Bentley on paper. You know, if you describe it and it's just, oh, it's got this spec and go this fast and it looks like this, it costs this much, it's, sold by this dealership and blah, 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 this engine, whatever. But if it only comes through for you or if it only works once a week, and by the time it does work for you, it doesn't work for everybody else. Now you're not really receiving a Bentley, are you? You're receiving a Greyhound bus. Once a week it runs for you. That's not a Bentley. It's a Bentley on paper. Objectively, but it's a Greyhound bus to you. And she, like a lot of y'all, are dealing with a guy, and I get it, it's really confusing. It's really, tough because you're in a situation where, oh my goodness, it was this and it was that. Like, no. What is it to you? It comes through for you how often? And if you start naming the good experiences, and you notice that for any one good, there's 10 or 11 or 12 different bad that far outweigh it, then the price is too high for that little bit of good that you do get. Rarely is a person just completely horrible. You do have those narcissists and whatnot, but a lot of people are not narcissists. Let's just keep it all the way real, okay? Sometimes you have a narcissist, but a lot of times you got a guy who does do some things that are good, but for any one good thing that he does, there's 30 different things that he does to tear you down, to kill you from the inside out. And it's hard to face that, but I was talking to her and she kind of got mad at me. Oh, but you don't understand. She told me she was like, yo, you don't understand, but I love him. And I had to hurt her feelings when I told her, like, no, you don't, from what you told me, you don't love him. You love his false alarm. You're attached to his false alarm. That's it. You don't love the man. It's just like when we was in school, and y'all know when they used to do those tornado warning bells and all of that kind of stuff, so we can go do the drill, and you go out and you sit in Indian style and you put a book over your head. But then it's over at some point because it was just a test. It wasn't a real thing. It was a false alarm. Some of y'all are still doing the drill as if it's real, but it's just a false alarm. You don't love the man. You just fell in love with his first impression. That don't mean that you dumb. It don't mean that you weak or anything like that. But since that first impression of a certain type of man that he's not, he's giving you a second impression of lies. He's giving you a third impression of inconsistency. He's giving you a fourth impression of being fake. He's giving you a fifth and sixth impression of being inconsistent. Seventh impression of putting you on the back burner as a last priority when he told you he was the most important thing in his life under God. And at some point, you got to understand all of those impressions created a pattern. A pattern is reflective of his reality. So no, you're not in love. You're in illusion. And all of the strength and the closure that you keep praying to God for, it's in your ability to face his reality and turn away from that illusion. Everything you asking God for to get over that man, he already put inside of you. You just got to use it. That's it. That's it. And I told her the exact same thing. Like, I get it. It's not easy. You formed an attachment to this man. It took you time and whatever else. But if you were to acknowledge his truth and what he's really doing for you and be honest about that and not filling any blanks and stop doing the drill, and the drill may be just your vulnerability, your proximity, his access to you. That's the drill. It was a false alarm, but you treating it like it's the real thing. Because you still doing the drill. Stop doing the drill. Because the actions preceded the feelings that are making it so hard to get over. The feelings didn't precede the actions. You were already giving him access to your schedule. Cut that off. No contact. You were already talking to him, communicating with him, peeping and checking and seeing if he was okay on a regular basis. You were already putting out the actions of love, and then the feelings of being in love started to grow from that. That's the drill. Stop doing the drill. If you can look at this man and honestly say, like, no, my life would not go downhill if he wasn't in it, based on what he's been to me since the first impression. My life wouldn't go downhill at all. Matter of fact, I would go back to being at peace. Matter of fact, I might be more encouraged to pursue some of the things I was pursuing before I even met him. As a matter of fact, just start looking at it honestly. All feelings aside, I would have a better relationship with my friends who are tired of hearing about me complaining about this same guy and how he's treating me, but I'm not going to leave him. I would actually gain more respect from my friends again. I would show them that I'm not weak, and I might actually be able to restore those friendships that I lost trying to be faithful to this man and loyal to this man and defend this man against blatant disrespect. Look at it honestly. What is he really doing for you? And again, I'm not one of those that says strictly be with somebody because of what they do for you. That matters, but you do need to be with somebody based on who they are to you. Not who they are to the world, not who they are to their kids, not who they are to their mama or their coworkers or the nonprofit group or the homeless or the pastor. Who are they to you? And if a lot of y'all were honest, the guys that you talking about as a knight in white shining armor, a good man, ain't nothing but some good dick and headaches. Nothing but, that's it. A lot of good dick and paranoia. Soul ties and broken promises. That's it. Keep it real. And I get it. It's like the attachment is founded in something that was once real. You actually experienced a certain type of man, certain types of moments. You actually experienced that. This ain't a figment of your imagination. It's now a figment of your memory, but it's not a figment of your pure imagination. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you got to live in the present. If all that is good about y'all is historical, you gotta put them in the history books and move on to the next chapter of your life. This is why it's so important to not just go for a good man, because we'll qualify that by, oh, he has a good heart. He talk good, he seems good, he's good to folks in general. And a man may be good and still not be good for you. This is why it's important to get an evolved man, because truly evolved men never stop evolving, because there's no such thing as being stagnant. If you're not growth oriented, you're just setting yourself up to go backwards at some point into old habits, old routines. If it's real at all, what you're showing the person up front. But truly evolved men never stop evolving. And the importance of that is you're always able to hold a truly evolved man accountable to certain principles that you can't hold a man who's not growth oriented to. So you bound to experience something that's really good up front and experience a really harmful, toxic, pattern of behavior afterwards. And the problem is, a lot of y'all have always been groomed as women. We were always groomed to be successful. I mean, from the beginning of time, y'all just recently have been really pushed and encouraged to go out here and pursue your dreams and be your best self and pursue mental and emotional health and stability. That wasn't something our great grandmothers were ever encouraged to do. So today's modern women are really good at that, but there hasn't been much education on how to position yourself for an evolved man. Not a man that's just going to be your ATM and that you're going to depend on for finances. That's, again, old age, outdated, traditional education on relationships. But there needs to be a conversation on how you can position yourself to be found by a truly evolved man, because evolved men are looking for evolved women. Now, I talked about this already, and I broke it down step by step. I simplified it over an hour. I simplified how to position yourself, how to use effective, proven strategies to attract an evolved man in my masterclass, Secrets to Make an Evolved Man Crave You. If you have not gotten access to that yet, click the link that's pinned here in the comments. I pinned it right there. That comment that's pinned right there, Click that link, get access to the free masterclass, Secrets to Making Evolved Men Crave You. So now you can take all of the evolution and all that work that you've put in, all of that discipline that you done used to build yourself up to where you are, and stop thinking in terms of, oh, don't nobody appreciate it. You know, I got to protect this from everybody. And you can actually be received and loved and maximized by somebody who can match your energy and match your evolution. A truly evolved man. That's at the link. It's also at the link in the caption whenever you back out. Because truthfully speaking, I think a lot of y'all are settling for mediocrity. And no, I get it. You don't expect nobody to be perfect, but you worth somebody's best effort, not nobody's bottom tier, bottom of the barrel, bare minimum. You worth somebody's best effort over and beyond. Why not get that if it's out there for you? And it is. But you can't get that if you still attached to something that don't deserve you. You can't. But those are just my thoughts. Y'all let me know what you think. Share this on your timeline if you got anything from it. And don't forget to get access to the free masterclass where I took this conversation way further on how to attract a truly evolved man. That's at the link pinned here in the comments.